Residents in several Gauteng areas are expected to experience water supply problems today due to the Rent Water working on a new pipeline in Vereeniging, and many Johannesburg areas will be affected. Water could either be cut off completely or the pressure will be reduced. The water supply from Rent Water's Eikenhof pump will affect the CBD as well as the southern, northern and western areas. The lack of water has already affected courts and even council sittings. For a closer look at the level of disruption, we now cross live to our colleague, senior SABC News reporter, Chriselda Lewis. A very good morning to you, Chriselda. Wednesday was going to be the last day of these water cuts. Is there any clear indication as to whether this will happen or not?
Well, a very good morning to you, Desiree. It certainly seems like there might be some good news, in particular for Gauteng residents. Of course, just a very few or a handful of communities had experienced some challenges regarding water over the past couple of hours. You'd recall that yesterday I was in Coronationville, which is not too far from the SABC, where taps had already run dry there. Quite a number of challenges were being experienced. Residents were complaining about not having water tankers in that particular area. Of course, that would have been then the competency of various municipalities to ensure that you have water tankers taken to different areas. But here at the B11 shut down site, this is just about one of the sites that was shut down. I'll take you through here. You can see, Desiree, we've just about arrived on time, and you can see that engineers, those responsible or involved in this particular maintenance of this pipeline, they're basically putting on what I would describe, I'll bring in the engineers very shortly, looks like a very big a lid that is being put on that particular pipeline. I think for proper wording, let me bring in Eddie Singo, who's been in charge of this operation here, together with others, of course. And Mr. Singo, it looks like at least at this particular one, B11, yes. Work is about to be completed. Where would you say we are at this stage?
No, at this site, work is 100% complete. We welded, and the welding has already been quality assured. It passed that quality assurance. Hence, you are seeing them closing the manhole so that then we can charge the line. So this portion is completed. What is now outstanding is the other portion that we anticipate to still complete within the time that we've allocated. Of course, what we have realized is that our quality assurer is very sharp and stringent, and they took their time to ensure that the work is properly done. So if anything, on the other side, we might just extend by the quality assurance side. Otherwise, the work will be completed at the time that we agreed to. What we also just need to indicate is that, and perhaps important to mention, is our gratitude to the residents. I think they did so well in terms of responding to the plea that we made to use water sparingly. The expectation was that early in the morning yesterday we'll have massive challenges, which we are not having now. We know that the Meredale system was struggling a little bit. Yes. We have made contingency plans to move water from other systems to the Meredale system, so we'll see that recovery on the areas that we are talking about. Yeah. Otherwise, even if we extend, the system will still be having water. The beauty about it is that people are complaining about low pressure water, meaning there's still water in the system. So as soon as we start up, all that happens is boosting up the system.
Mr. Singo, when you say extend, what do you mean by extension? Will you be extending the maintenance time, or just some clarity on that?
So the maintenance work will have been done and completed. The time that we are worried about, given the assurance that we are seeing from our technician, he's using a very fine comb to check each and every weld. If you look at just this one, the welding that has occurred here is about 160, 180 meters. So you can just imagine she'll be scanning non-destructively every bit of that to ensure that the work is properly done. So we expect that what is done here will be done also on the other side, and that is the only time that we may have. But we are hoping that it will pass without a problem given the quality of our welders.
When can we expect then, of course, indeed, there seems to have been very few disruptions taking place. In Coronationville is one of the areas that I visited where the taps have run dry. Right. But in the majority, many have taken to social media saying that they'd filled their buckets for nothing. That's a good thing, I guess. But can you give assurance then that water will flow as the way it's supposed to flow through our taps, and when?
Yeah, I must also indicate we got a call from a gentleman in Rustenburg who was very upset with us to say, look, I filled up my bathtub and I didn't get to use that water. I think it is the preparation and the communication that went on. By tonight, we are expecting that the system should be increasing in terms of pressure by tonight.
All right. I think that will be good news for Gauteng residents.
Indeed.
Thank you very much.
It will be good news even for us.
Absolutely.
Great.
Thank you very much, Mr. Singo. I understand that you're also having a media briefing at 5 o'clock this afternoon.
We've just moved it to 6 o'clock. The media briefing will be happening exactly here. All right. With the pipes as the background.
All right. Thank you very much indeed, Eddie Singo, who is part of those in charge of this operation here. And that's some news just in. Rand Water will be having a media briefing right at this location at 6 o'clock. Was scheduled to be at 5 o'clock this afternoon. They've moved it to an hour later now. So 6 o'clock, Rand Water this evening will be holding a media briefing here. I'll certainly bring it live to you here on the SABC News channel. Myself, Chriselda Lewis, as well as camera person Tulo Monare will be here at 6 o'clock this evening. And some assurance saying that from this evening, Desiree, I think Gauteng residents will be quite relieved. From this evening, they should see some pressure increasing in their taps, in particular areas where there might have been challenges in terms of water pressure in those particular taps. So it certainly looks like some good news at this particular point. So maintenance work absolutely complete at this particular site where I am. But remember, Desiree, there were two sites. So that other particular site, work is still continuing in there. But most importantly is the quality control assurance that would need, of course, to give the green light for, of course, then the water to start flowing or with the kind of pressure that we usually see. So, Desiree, that's about it from here. We'll give a bit of the latest a bit later on, but more of those details, of course, at the 6 o'clock briefing this evening by Rand Water, where we'll get more details, but some assurance there at this particular hour that as of this evening, there should be an expectation from Gauteng residents that water should start flowing as normal in your taps again.
Good news indeed. Thank you so much, Chriselda, for that update. And of course, another briefing where